Okay guys, so today we're going to be doing the disinfectants lab over again. We're going to be checking disinfectants, their effectiveness on gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. So at some point I'm going to be streaking this side with E. coli, which is gram-negative, and this side with Staph Aureus, which is gram-positive. So here are my plates. E. coli, you can see the colonization there. This is Staph Aureus, and you guys remember from lecture, we had McConkey agar, which was selected for gram-negative. It's inhibited by inhibits gram-positive bacteria. And this is Staph Aureus, and we used mannitol salt agar, which is selective and differential. So we know this is Staph Aureus because it went from pink to yellow. So as the Staph Aureus grew, it consumed the mannitol salt agar, and it's no longer pink, it's clear. You can see the difference here. So we'll get started. What I'm doing is I'm going to be streaking each plate, E. coli here. I'm going to law on the one half, Staph Aureus on the other, and then I'm going to be grabbing the disinfectants. I have them here. We're using 10% bleach solution, Quartz germicidal cleaner, which is what we have in these containers here. You guys know what the swabs always go in here. And then I'm using ActiBrite, which is what I clean the counters with. I bought it here today. This is what we clean the counters with. I don't want to catch it on fire. All right. So this is what I clean the counters with. We're going to be checking the effectiveness on gram-positive and gram-negative using this. All right. So let me get started here. Hopefully everything will be in view. All right. Here, when we get started, we have 10% bleach solution. All right. I have Quartz germicidal cleaner here. And I have ActiBrite, which I mixed this morning. I took it directly from our spray bottle for the counter cleaner. All right. So a sterile swab. I'm going to be swabbing this E. coli quickly. All right. Get some of that yummy goodness on there. And I'm going to do some E. coli here. All right. Try to keep this as sterile as possible. All right. And you guys know these swabs go in here. All right. One more, we're using Staph Aureus. This is going to be our gram-positive bacteria. All right. Remember I told you guys don't Wolverine this. Make sure that you don't dig into the agar. All right, so I want to get that all the way across, lawning it. All right, now I'm going to be carefully trying not to sterilize this. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking these discs. I'm going to be dipping them into each solution. My number one is going to be our bleach. Number two is going to be our Quartz. Number three is going to be our ActiBrite. All right. So trying not to infect that with mold or whatever, I'm going to be grabbing one of these discs. Sure I am. Okay, this could have gone better. All right. So when you guys do this in real life, you can see that even I am messing it up. All right, this is number one. We're going to put it right here. One. Okay. Now remember, you want to put these in nice and tight. Okay. So when you invert this dish, they don't fall over. Okay. Remember, we invert the dishes so we don't get condensation. All right, let's do one more. So we inoculated our E. coli. We put our disc on there. We'll do one more on the gram-positive. So when we come back next week, we're going to be checking for our zone of inhibition. Right. Let's go on to number two. We're doing our Quartz. All right, so once again, this is the disinfectant that we're using to disinfect the swabs before we autoclave them. Not that we're dealing with anything hazardous, but you know, these are all bio level 1, not a big deal. So I'm going to be doing that on number 2. Hopefully you guys can see that. Two. Our last one, we'll be using our AccuBrite. All right, which we hope is effective because it's what I actually get the counters with here. It's going to be our number 3. Do one more with our gram-positive. Remember, in lecture and lab, I told you guys gram-negative is generally harder to inhibit because of the 2 cell walls that contains. So we'll come back on Monday. I'll show you guys the results and we'll see what's going on with that. So again, I just want to make sure these are in there tight. We will invert these and we'll check our results on Monday. So just wondering, what do you guys think is going to be the best? Bleach, the Quartz germicidal cleaner, or AccuBrite? So the bleach is the hyperchloride, so technically we're hoping that should be the most effective. All right, I'm hoping that the AccuBrite is the second most effective, and I'm pretty sure this Quartz is not going to do a whole lot, but you guys can prove me wrong on Monday when we check the results. All right, let's move on to our antimicrobials in our next video.